Hello.
Morning. Good morning.
Tell us about the work this morning, if you would.
I had him Candy Boy in a minute flat out in 13. Gary, when he got off our horse, he went to work She's a Tiger. So I haven't spoken to Gary yet, but I spoke to Jelani, my rider, who was on the workmate, and said our horse looked very good, and Gary was very happy when they were pulling up. I was happy with the work. He looked nice and smooth. I'm glad I brought company. You know, sometimes I brought horses back here and didn't have a workmate, but today we had a workmate, and he looked like he worked really, really well.
John, for those of us that have been here and not in California, compare this track to Santa Anita. What's the difference?
They're all different. Every surface is unique to itself. You know, yesterday we galloped over kind of a wet, fast track, and today the weather's perfect, and it's probably a little looser than a California track. That's why we brought, there's different ways to do it. We wanted to get one work over this track so our horse can get a little feel for it.
How good is California Chrome? I mean, has he jumped off the page to you?
Absolutely. He's a legitimate favorite. He's very, very good. It's a great story, and he's a runner.
How did you assess your horse coming out of his last start to come here?
Well, we were a little bit, he's probably a little short for his last race. I gave him two months between starts, so he might have got a little bit tired in his last race, but he came out of it in good shape. He's been a very consistent horse for us. He's always been 1, 2, 3, and always runs a good race. So, we were happy the way he came out of it, and we're looking forward to running him 1.25 miles.
What's going to have to happen for somebody to beat California Chrome?
Well, it's a Kentucky Derby. A lot could happen. You can, with a 20-horse field, anything can happen. There's a lot of traffic, and there's other things to consider like weather and everything like that. Our horse, we're going to a little different style for him next Saturday. He was up kind of close in Santa Anita because the track was a little speed favoring. We want to be a little further back. We think that he can run very even for a long distance.
Is there a sense of relief getting over? Is it kind of one of the final hurdles, the final work?
Yeah, the last work. It's a big sigh of relief, because we came in here I got here Wednesday night, trained him a few days over the track. This is last work. We'll be able to do a lot of galloping with him next week, but as far as workouts, this is the last workout for him.
So how much did you think he needed to move forward off the last race for Candy Boy?
Oh, he's got to run stronger than he did last time.
His last work was one of his best works. It sounded like he's getting better and building on each work. Where would you put this workout today in comparison to that?
I'd say it's right up there because it's on a different surface, and it's his first time over the surface for him to handle it so well this week. I think he can, be even better by next week. I'd like to talk to Gary when he gets back from the track and see what he thinks, but all indications are that he was very happy.